With the 15th pick in the 2016 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select
The Trevor!
Listen up! This is a real good place to be right now! We can take it over! Let's shift it and put the pressure on them! Miss another one. Here we go. You're gonna miss it. Miss it. Man, come on! This way! Let's go, Tree! That's big time, man! Let's go! Alright, guys, this is our time. Let's finish this thing right here. Let's finish it. One play at a time, run it down their throat. O-line, let's go, right here. Let's go, man. Just give me the ball.
Well, here we are again with an all-new Madden 17. New features in this Madden focuses on special teams, zone defense, and the running game. Now, the special teams, you can actually block a field goal. Holy moly, you can actually block a field goal. It's about time they put this in the game. Over the last 10 Mads that they had, it was almost impossible to block a field goal. Now, it's not overpowering. You're not going to do it every play, but it does make it a nice feature to add in the game, also for punts as well. Now, they also changed the field goal system in this game. The field goals are much harder compared to the previous games. So anytime that you're kicking an extra point, a 15-yard field goal to seal the game for the win with time running out, you can actually miss that kick.
McDermott is the snapper, and the kick is no good!
And you can miss that kick a lot. I missed my first 3 extra points in this game. The running game has changed a lot this year. The physics have changed. You can actually break out of a tackle once you're already into an animation. It's pretty nice. You have a little indicator that comes up over your head and you hit A, B, X, whatever the case may be, and you can break out, and sometimes you can get that extra couple yards, extra 10 yards, extra 15 yards, or heck, even take it all the way to the house. Now, running the ball can be extremely difficult at times. I mean, it can be really hard at times, but once you get that sweet hurdle, that sweet broken tackle, and that sweet big long run for a touchdown, it makes it and gets you all excited to jump out of your seat when you get that big broken tackle.
The catch.
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Oh, he got it! He's caught. Oh, what a catch at the 5-yard.
Pushing him back.
Former defensive guy. Now as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for?
No!
Look at
No!
this. Big
Fuck!
gain, but a fumble.
Yes!
Say
Go!
goodbye to
Go!
Braxton Miller.
Go!
Past the 20.
Now the spin move, trucking move, and jump move are all pretty smooth, and I like the new features in the game to where you can do a quick juke or a hard juke by holding the LB button. Now the only thing that's kind of iffy to me is the spin move. It's a little unrealistic, it's a little wacky, but other than that it runs pretty smooth. In the pre-snap offense, it also tells you what side is the best side to run the ball. So whenever you look up at your play, you'll see on the defense if it's a red or a green indicator. That also helps you out while you run the ball to kind of give you an idea of which way you should go. Player customization this year, they added in all kinds of new stuff. They added in new sleeves, new gloves, new shoes. The shoes are really sweet. The new shoes they added in, you can get the Under Armour high tops. They added in different spats, armbands. You can actually get a one sleeve on your guy, where in years past you always had to create a little weird one sleeve thing for your guy if you were weird like me and kind of like the way that they look. Now they actually have that in the game to where you can just make your own one sleeve for your character. Now one thing I noticed in this game that they didn't take out or actually add in is the old neck roll. Like they have the vintage okay, it is not 1930 anymore. It is the 20th century. Nobody's gonna go out there and wear a vintage 1930 neck roll. Go ahead, go look at the NFL today. Go watch a preseason game and go tell me if you see anybody wearing a 1930 neck roll. It's like, oh hey, why do I need a face mask? Why don't I just go out and put the leather helmet on, you know, whatever. No, okay, Madden, you need to fix this. It's not 1930s. You're not gonna wear a leather helmet. You're not gonna wear an old vintage neck roll, okay? The neck rolls are a lot different. That annoys the living crap out of me in this game. It's not that difficult. Also, there's no tattoos in the game as well. Well, I shouldn't say no tattoos in the game. Colin Kaepernick and Odell Beckham have their preset tattoos, but other than that, there's no other tattoos in the game. Now, I don't know why they continuously not put this in the game to where the old games, the Madden 2006, 2007, etc., all the way up until you hit the 360, had the tattoos in the game, which just gave your character a little more feel if you were creating a character or you were playing a My Player, or even just to give the real guys a little more. I mean, if you play with Colin Kaepernick and he's got the tattoos on his arm, man, it looks just like him. Same with Odell Beckham. I think they need to add tattoos in the game. Something that I think like 2K, basketball, everybody's all modeled with the tattoos. I think that is going to be a key part if you add some tattoos. And take out the vintage neck roll. Now franchise mode is available offline and online, and a new feature they added in this year is for player injury. Now if your player were to have a broken collarbone or a separated shoulder, they're out for 5-6 weeks. Say they're out for 6 weeks. You go and check your roster after 6 weeks and he's actually come back and he's eligible to play. Now you can play him, but he's going to be playing injured and he's got a higher risk of re-injuring himself in the game. Or you can sit him, play your second string, let him sit for another week, and wait till he comes back at full strength. That's a new feature in this game they added in that was really cool, because a lot of times in real life, whenever a player gets hurt and they're saying, you know, an estimation of 5 weeks, and 5 weeks go by and they're like, oh, well, he needs another 3 weeks. So it makes it more realistic in the game, but in the same sense, when you're playing the game, you're just looking forward to that 5-week deadline to get your star player or your backup player or whoever the case may be player back in the game. Franchise mode also still hasn't put the Pro Bowl back in the game. Now, I don't know why they continually take the Pro Bowl out of the game. It says it's there. You can simulate up to the Pro Bowl, but you can't actually play the Pro Bowl. Why? Now the Pro Bowl game isn't all that fun. It's not like, oh, I have to play the Pro Bowl, but it makes it fun. You build your team up all season long to get the stats, to get the record, to get everything to build up for the Pro Bowl. Oh, hey, my quarterback, he's going to make the Pro Bowl. Oh, my running back's making the Pro Bowl. My receiver's making the Pro Bowl. My whole defensive secondary is making the Pro Bowl. Sweet, maybe I'll play it and I can play with all my guys in the Pro Bowl. It'll be kind of cool. But not only that, not the fact that you can't even play the Pro Bowl itself, it doesn't even tell you who makes the Pro Bowl in the season at all. So even halfway through the season, it doesn't give you Pro Bowl voting anymore. 3/4 of the way the season doesn't give you Pro Bowl voting anymore. Even at the end of the season, you have no idea who has made the Pro Bowl or who has not made the Pro Bowl. The only awards that they give out is like Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and MVP. And other than that, that's pretty much it. Oh, they do give out weekly awards from each week. They give out the NFC Offensive Player of the Week, the NFC Defensive Player of the Week, the AFC Offensive Player of the Week, and AFC Defensive Player of the Week. They do that for 16 weeks, and then that is it. Other than that, you don't know if any of you guys made the Pro Bowl, and I feel like they need to add the Pro Bowl back in to give you more experience as well. Like, oh, that should be a goal. You know how you have a season goal to get 1,000 receiving yards or 5,000 passing yards or whatever. The season goal should be make the Pro Bowl. So it's not, I mean, you might make the Pro Bowl with 1,000 yards receiving. You might make it with 800 yards receiving because you might have 15 touchdowns or 20 touchdowns or whatever. The point is, the Pro Bowl needs to be back in the game, or at least the Pro Bowl voting needs to be back into the game. A couple other things in franchise mode they took out is the coin toss. Now, I don't know why they ever took the coin toss out. It's not like it's a really big deal, but it always makes it more interesting, especially when you get to that overtime game. And you're like, oh, should I hit heads or should I hit tails? I don't know. Whatever one I pick could lose you the game. Now, I want that back, to choose between head or tails. Now, it's not a huge deal to me, but I think it's something they should have in the game. They shouldn't take the coin toss out of the game. Also, holding penalties are a huge thing in this game. There was one game where I had literally 7 holding calls in one game. It was just way too much. They're drive killers, and the holding calls need to be dimmed down. Now, you can go into the settings and take the holding calls down. The final verdict. Now, Madden, I wish you had some more competition every year. I wish it was like the previous years where you had 2K, you had NFL Fever, you had just competition. Because I feel like every year you just put out the same game, but with a little different features. Like, oh, we're going to add in blocking the kick this year. Field goal block. Let's put this game out and just add some field goal blocks and a couple new running mechanics, and let's charge full price $60 for this game every year because, oh, we have the license to the NFL and we're the only ones that can make this game. So why should we put any effort into the game? Because we know they're going to buy it. And you know what? They're right. Because any NFL fan like me or like you who just wants to play an NFL licensed game, this is the only one we got. Okay? Unless you go back into the old games and start playing on the older systems. But let me tell you what, it's almost impossible to go from an Xbox One, a PS4, a PC, and then go and play on the Xbox 360 or the original Xbox. It's just not going to happen. Okay? So I think that they need to put more time and make this a better game. You can make this a good game if you just did just a couple little improvements. Like each week in franchise mode, from week to week, put a little more things in there that you can do. Like put a radio show, something that they had back in the old Madden 06, 05, where each week you can go and listen to the radio show of however your team did that week, and they talked about how they think you did and how they think you're going to do in the future. That was something that kept me interested in the game each week, to go and listen to the radio show or even the newspapers. Now they have stories in the game with, tweetings and all that stuff, but still I think that they can add a lot more stuff into the game in franchise mode from week to week. Now with that said, I hope, Madden, that you pick it up in the future. I hope you get this message and put out a solid game for us in the next coming years. So this year, my final verdict is a 6 out of 10, slightly above average game. Now, I do play this game a lot, and Madden is one of my, go-to games to play just because I'm a huge NFL fan. Now, if there was a different series, if 2K came out with a football game that was licensed for the NFL, I would so play that. But since I'm stuck to Madden, and I have to do these Madden reviews each and every year, this game is slightly above average until you show me something else.